channel, you have reached me here. My name is Charlotte and this is my channel about cross stitch, clue, high-heeled stitcher. Welcome. If this is your first time, then I hope you like what you see, and if you are returning, then thank you very much for coming back. It has been about 7 weeks since I last recorded. So I'm hoping this video isn't going to be too long, but we know that I like to waffle, so let's get straight into it. I will be doing a life update, but I've decided I'm going to move that to the end of the video because I know that some people aren't interested in the life update, they're just here for the stitching, so that's completely fine. So I've moved the life update to the end so you can just skip that if you want. So we will get straight into it. I have a finish and I have a fully finished object. So we will we'll start with the fully finished object, and that is Kaleidoscope Dragon by KLT Charting, and I've just framed that. It has been ironed. I've ironed it twice and it's still got these wrinkles. So, but I think when it's not too noticeable when it's back. I thought that was a stain then, it was just my hair. So this has just been framed in a frame that I got in the range. I took out the glass because I couldn't fit it all in, plus the glass that came with this was lethal. It was thin and it was sharp, and I sliced my finger open on this glass when I was taking it out, and thankfully I didn't get any blood on the dragon, but yeah, it was quite a nasty slice. So Kaleidoscope Dragon by KLT Charting. This was a kit I got from Kim, and it's 14 count Ada. I finished this last year, 2020. I finished this and it's taken me a year to actually FFO it. But I do love the kaleidoscopes. This was the first kaleidoscope I had finished. I've since finished the Kaleidoscope B, which is on the wall over there somewhere. So yes, and I do love Kim's kaleidoscopes because each of these triangles is 100 stitches. So when you're playing Myth and Magic Stitch Wars and an ingredient is 400 stitches, for example, I know that if I do 4 of these triangles, I know that that's 400 stitches. So yes, I originally was gonna give this to I was gonna sell it on the stalls, the charity stalls that I help with Natalie to run, Love It, Live It, Make It Yours, to raise money for Meningitis Now. And I think I will still do that, but Dara loves this piece, so I'm debating whether or not to keep it. But I don't want to go back on my promise. So I could just stitch it again, because I was thinking about stitching it again and turning it into a cushion. So I might do that and give this to the stall and then restitch it. So that is my fully finished object. That's all my FFO's finishes. I have a finish. I loved this project. I seriously loved this project. I loved every single stitch of it. And that is the Beach Hut Sow by KLT Charting. The last piece was released Sunday, the 15th of August, so 5 days ago. And I can now show you the finished object. There we go. Can't see. There. Isn't it amazing? This has been ironed. I ironed it when I was ironing the dragon. So number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you've watched me before, then you will know that I didn't actually stitch all of this. So I stitched Beach Hut number 1. I then had my shoulder injury, which means number 2, I sent it to the lovely Jen, Not Cross Jen, who stitched Beach Hut number 2, and I was extremely jealous because that means that she got to stitch the crab. And then she sent it back to me, and I finished 3, 4, 5, 6. So the plan is to frame this. I have already got the frame. So hopefully in my next video you will see this as a fully finished object. This is stitched on 18 count Crystal Nile hand dyed Ada by KLT Charting. So, there we are. That is my finish. There we go. And that was all my finishes. I do apologise. It's okay. Let us move on to pips, so projects in progress. So in all of July and so far in August, I haven't picked up Dominic. Yeah, he's just been, he was on the back burner anyway, but now that back burner's been turned off and he's put off. So I love working on Dominic, don't get me wrong, I really, really do, but there's other things that need to take priority at the moment. So the first and main project apart from the beach huts that I have been working on is the wildlife stocking by Cooler Design Studios, and it's designed by Linda Gillum. So I'm not entirely sure where you last saw it. It was 7 weeks ago, so I will put a before picture up, and this is where we are at the moment. So, here we go. So I have now fully gone over the top, filled in all this white, got another bird up there, and got a third bird fully completed down here. So this is full coverage, and it is stitched on 16 count white Ada that I got in the charity shop. Something else that is new is my needle minder. full coverage wenches, and that is me, Clue. We got that because there's a few of us from the inner circle that are now working on full coverage, and we wanted a little challenge group. Kim did the prizes for month 1, I did the prize for month 2. Month 3 was Jen. Month 4 has been rolled over a couple of times because we haven't met the targets. So yes, that was our prize from Jen. And obviously I'm working on a stocking, so I have to have a stocking needle minder. So. What I like about this project is that there's no quarter stitches or half stitches or 3/4 stitches. It's just full coverage and a little bit of black work, and I think there's about a dozen French knots. So I'm fine with French knots. I quite like doing French knots and back stitch, but yes. So I've started to get the antler on the moose and the owl. I got the hat of the owl. So there we are. I think I've had quite a bit of progress on that one. And so yes, that is the main project, because I ideally would like that done by Christmas, but I don't know. My next one that I've worked on, which hasn't had a huge amount of work on it. This one is generally in my craft room, that if I have like a webinar that I have to sit in on and haven't got a lot to do, like I can't work while the webinar is on because I need to be watching the webinar, so I'll pull this out and stitch it. So it is Mason Jar Lineup by Dimensions. The chart and the floss were kindly gifted to me by the lovely Jo, and I am stitching this on 16 count white Ada that I got from the charity shop. It was actually a really huge piece that I was able to cut down. I managed to get the snow globe stocking fabric, the wildlife stocking, and this. So let's take off the chart. This is still on the front. So when you last saw it, I only had a bit of this white done. I've now done some more white, and I'm on to this blue. And that is 2 different colour threads. It's a blend. So that's not had a huge amount. It's only had about 2 hours maybe on there. Oh, I did actually stitch on this on a video call in Dizzy Stitcher's group. So Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, has started a Facebook group and runs Zooms each week, and depending on where you are, he'll do different time zones. So the first UK one that he did, I sat in on that and stitched a bit on that. So the only other project that I really had anything working on was my car project, which is no longer a car project because Darrow's now got a different site, so I'm not picking them up and I'm not dropping them off, so I don't have that half an hour where I'm waiting for him to finish. And that is Halloween Shoes by Imaginating, designed by Pippin Studio. I think the last time you saw it, I'd finished those 3, and I'd finished those, and I think I was working on the bottom. Now I can't even remember what I've done. It's been quite a while since I worked on it. So yeah. Yeah, and I think that was it. I was working on this one. So I've now fully finished that one. And, oh, that one hadn't been, I'm now working on that one. So, this is where it is now. So the bottom one has now been completed. And I've started working on that block up there. This is stitched on 18 count Ada. In DMC, not all the DMC is correct to the chart, I just pulled the closest that I had from my stash. So, that's there. I have got plans to work on this, which I will come to in a minute. So, the only other thing that I've really been working on is, now that things are opening up again, the craft fairs and that have started to be done again. So, I think Natalie has mentioned that we will be potentially looking at Christmas fairs to do to raise money for meningitis now, so I've decided that I'm going to start doing some magazine kits to make into cards that we can donate so they can make money. So the first one that I started, I'm not really counting this as a new start because I'm doing where the no new starts 2021, but this is charity stitching, so it doesn't really count. The first one is this one, cute puppy festive card kit. That's as far as I've got on that one. So, just using everything that came in the little thing. Hoping to get a few of them done before Christmas, and I'm also hoping to get some bookmarks done because the bookmarks, they sell quite well. So, that moves into plans. So that was part of the plans, is to start doing some charity stitching. I need to start working on, or start getting some high numbers stitched on the wildlife stocking if I want that done by Christmas. And the mason jar lineup is supposed to also be a Christmas present, but that would take a priority after the wildlife stocking has been completed. What else is there? Oh, yes, it's my birthday at the end of September. And last year I did like a stitch along where it was shoe themed, because obviously high heel stitcher, shoes, obsessed. So I am going to be doing that again this year. So if you'd like to join in, then please do. The hashtag is Clue Shoe Sal, so CLU Shoe SHOE and then Sal SAL. But where it is my 30th, I am also doing a second hashtag, which is Clue 30 Shoe Sal. And my plan is to do 30 minutes a day, every day in September, on a shoe themed project. Now, obviously I have my Halloween shoes, which is perfect for it because I do want this done by my birthday, and I think half an hour a day I will be able to get that done, or at least these main shoes, because I'm still debating whether or not I want to do the black border, and it has been mentioned that if we could find like a hand-dyed thread with some purple, orange and green in it, that would look quite nice, but at the moment I haven't found a thread like that. So as long as I can get the main shoes done by my birthday, I will be happy. Now, I've got to finish that one complete, like start and finish and start and finish. That's like, that's 2.5, and these can stitch up really quickly, and I know I'm only doing half an hour a day, but I also have a backup project if I finish this, and that is a Mill Hill high heel kit. So if I finish Halloween shoes, I am going to be working on this. So half an hour a day, every day in September, Clue 30 shoe sale. Join in. It doesn't have to be a high heel, it doesn't have to be a shoe, it could be, you could link it any way you want. So you could work on a horse because they have horseshoes. So, you know, use your imagination. If you can link it, then use it. So that is September's plan, obviously 30 minutes a day on that, and then working on the stocking, and the next KOT charting sale has been announced this week, and it is Maple Leaves. The first release is the 22nd of September. I am model stitching it again, so I've pulled out some threads and some fabric. I haven't yet fully decided on what I want to be, exactly what I want to do, so obviously no, I can't show you that until it's been released, but I will be also working on those. Now that it's coming closer, I know it is August, but I have started thinking about the 2022 plans and what I want to do with those. So I haven't set anything in stone, but I have started thinking about that. So I think we can talk about that closer to the time. So next, that's really all my plans. So we will move on to haul. I haven't got a huge amount of haul, but what I do is, I think, quite cool. So first thing is my monthly stuff from Kim. I am part of her Stash Club and her Fabric of the Month Club. So Stash Club is 10 DMCs a month, a PDF chart, a mystery item. So these are the threads. Lovely greens and blues and a random brown. So the plan is that if you're in the Stash Club long enough, you will get a full set of DMC. I'm pretty sure that I've been in the Stash Club long enough that I have got a full set of DMC. But then all bobbinated, so. So that was Stash. The item, the mystery item was tracing paper. The PDF chart is I can't remember which one it was. But she also has hand-dyed fabric, which I'm Fabric of the Month, and I'm also part of her hand-dyed Floss of the Month. So this is March's fabric, and it's called Up the Muddy Track, and it is greens and browns, and it looks amazing. When I look at this, I just think of mint Aero chocolate. I mean, look at that. This is the 18 count, and it is amazing. I love it. I really love that. Yeah, when she showed it in one of her lives, I was just like, oh my god, that looks like Aero mint chocolate. Love it. So, sorry, rustling. That is the 18 count Ada. I also get 32 count Murano even weave. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. So, so pretty. That is my Up the Muddy Track, aka mint chocolate. Again, no plans. And then she now has threads that match, so these are hand dyed Up the Muddy Track. I don't know how she gets them in. I love it. I absolutely love it. Is that. What else did I get? I went to the local craft charity shop. They had these frames. Now, I had one of these. These are the Easy Clip no-sew Elbit frames. Now, I already had one of these that I stitched most of Maleficent on, but where the old house didn't have any heating, the boiler was broken and the landlord refused to fix it. Don't get it. So we had no hot water, and the damp was horrendous. So it actually damaged my frame because of the damp. So we took it apart, and it's now being used elsewhere. So when we went into the charity shop, they had these. There was actually 3 of them. Brand new, still sealed. So there was 15 by 12, 24 by 12, and an 18 by 12. This one still is in the box because I haven't found a project to fit on that yet. But the other 2 are in use, and I will show you what I've put on. So the first one, the smallest, 15 by 12, has my Sunrise Laguna Mermaid on it. And then the 24-inch one has my map of Middle Earth, which I've done on. So my hope was that if I got it out, that it would make me want to stitch on it, and it did. And I have gone, oh, I really want to stitch on that, but I have other priorities, so I probably shouldn't have got them out and put them on the frames, but at least they're now ready if I decide that I want to stitch on either of those. So I'm just going to try and put the fabric away. My last bit of haul was where I've been kitting up other projects. Most of the ones that spun early were full coverage, and where I bobbinate and I have the DMC boxes, I was like, I need to get some more. So I was looking online and I found this. It's a double-sided bobbin box, and it holds a full set of DMC. This is not a full set of DMC, clearly, but this is what I had in the 3 bobbin boxes that I already had. So I've moved them all over into this, and I now have 3 spare small plastic boxes that I can use for kitting up my full coverages. So I got that on Amazon, and it was, I think, £19, which is amazing considering it can hold a full set of DMC. So, and it's got a really nice little carry handle. Yes. I actually had a £10 voucher, so I only got it for like 9 quid. That is all my haul. See, we're only half an hour in. So, I will quickly do life update, and then that'll be it. So, life update. What has happened in the last 7 months? I haven't really been stitching a huge amount. We had a heat wave in the UK, and Brits don't like the heat. We can't handle it. We're not used to it. We don't have aircon, so when it gets too hot, we're just stuck with fans. So that's part of the reason. I have stitched most days, but I wasn't very motivated because I was having minor health issues, but it's been going on for quite a while, and it started to get me down. So, I mean, it was causing like daily headaches and things like that, and they weren't severe, they weren't like earth-shattering, they were just minor. They were niggling, but they were coming on daily, and it just gets to you after a while. So I'd be stitching, and then I'd be like, no, I can't deal with this, and then I'd have to just stop. And anyway, hopefully that is now being sorted. I was hoping to record this last week, but then something else happened, and I was unable to wear a top or a bra for like 3 days, and I'm pretty sure none of you wanted me to do a Flosstube with, you know, topless, so that's why it's now here. I'm feeling better in myself, which is good. It's not fully been sorted, but it's on the way to get sorted, which is all we can sort of hope for. What else has happened? Went to the beach earlier this week to get some shells for a project, and then there was like a little fun fair down there at the same time. So last week, sister got COVID. So she's obviously self-isolating and that. So for a couple of days after, I was like, right, I'm not leaving the house because if I do have it, not passing it on at all. Did some lateral flow tests, they all came back negative, and it's fine. She's now on the mend, thank God. She had the Delta variant of it, so she was quite poorly. Thankfully she didn't end up in hospital. She was able to fight it. So it's all good. She's still got some effects. She's still got a cough, and she still hasn't fully regained her her smell and her taste. But she's now moaning that she can't, you know, taste and smell anything, so we know she's getting better. I met the lovely Nick from the Hunters. She's lovely. Hi Nick, if you're watching. Hi Nick. Nick is such a lovely, lovely person, and I met her family, so I think that is it. We're about 37 minutes, so I hope everyone is staying safe, getting their vaccine. I got my second jab yesterday, so my arm is very sore. Thank you all for watching. I will hopefully see you soon, and it won't be another 7 weeks. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.